Apple cider vinegar is one of the best ingredients to make a pest control solution. It's effective in repelling ants, mosquitoes, fruit flies, and many others. Creating a mix is quite simple and is considered safe for humans and pets. Let's get into the 12 best ways to use apple cider vinegar to get rid of certain pests. 1. Flies. If you've had fruit flies before, you already know how frustrating the problem can be. Here's how you remove these unwanted guests with apple cider vinegar. Combine apple cider vinegar and a few drops of dish soap in a wide, shallow bowl and place it on the counter uncovered. The cider will lure the flies into the bowl, and the soap will break the surface tension, causing the fruit flies to drown. 2. Mice. Because of its pungent smell, apple cider vinegar can be used as a safe, low-cost, and effective repellent to repel mice. All you need to do is place cotton balls dipped in vinegar in your cabinets, room corners, and entrances. Another way of using apple cider vinegar is to make a mixture of 2/3 part apple cider vinegar and 1/3 part water and spray it along the corners of your room and in damp, dark spaces. The smell of vinegar is a natural repellent for mice. It'll make them leave your home or office. Mice have a strong sense of smell, and they'll avoid areas where there's apple cider vinegar sprayed or soaked cotton balls. 3. Ants. Although ants can be beneficial to the ecosystem, they can also be pests. If you have ants plaguing your home or yard, you'll be happy to know that it's possible to get rid of them with apple cider vinegar. Make your own apple cider vinegar solution to kill ants naturally with 2 parts of apple cider vinegar solution and 1 part water into a spray bottle. Spray the solution onto the ants and their trail. Some will die in the process, and the repelling scent will help prevent new ones from arriving. Continue spraying until you've removed all of the ants. Vinegar has a strong smell, but it should dissipate quickly. 4. Moths. Meddlesome moths can be one of the most irritating things about the arrival of summer, and while they may not be the most damaging home pests, their constant flapping can be frustrating, and no one likes a moth-eaten sweater. Luckily, there are plenty of natural ways to get rid of moths, the most popular of which being vinegar, which can help with clearing them from your closet and keeping them away from your plants and pantry. Vinegar's ideal for deterring moths. They have a super sensitive sense of smell designed to help them find food. The acrid smell of vinegar makes moths uncomfortable and encourages them to move on. You can use white, apple cider, or another kind if you have it in the cabinet. Make up a solution of equal parts white vinegar and water and spray directly onto infected areas. To help repel moths, wipe down floors, counters, and the insides of drawers and cupboards with the solution. It also kills the eggs and larvae because they can't survive in a super high acidic environment. If you use vinegar, be careful where you apply it. It can damage your countertops, hardwood floors, and objects made from stone. 5. Gnats. Gnats find the scent of fermented fruit irresistible. With its potent, fruity aroma, apple cider vinegar acts as a perfect lure. Once gnats enter the trap, they can't make their way out, effectively reducing their population. The trap is easy to make, inexpensive, and you probably have most of these things at home. Here's how to set your gnat trap. Get a container, any small jar or container will work. Fill half of the container with apple cider vinegar. Add a drop of dish soap as this breaks the vinegar's surface tension, preventing gnats from sitting on top. Finally, use a plastic wrap to cover the container. Secure it with a rubber band and poke small holes in it. Put this trap where gnats appear most. The vinegar's smell will draw them in, but the dish soap will trap them. To ensure the trap's effectiveness, replace the vinegar every few days. This keeps the scent strong enough to attract gnats. Continue using the traps until you see no more gnats. 6. Lice. Vinegar is a common home remedy for head lice, but some people mistakenly think it'll kill adult lice and their eggs, which are called nits. In reality, vinegar cannot kill head lice directly because it's not toxic to them. However, it can help remove the nits stuck to your hair, which prevent new lice from hatching and infesting your head. More specifically, the acidic acid in vinegar dissolves the protective shells surrounding nits and disables them from sticking to your hair. After the application of vinegar, the nits either fall out of your hair or become much easier to remove with a fine-toothed comb. Although vinegar can't kill adult lice, they may be able to kill newly hatched lice called nymphs. To use apple cider vinegar, mix 1 cup of vinegar with 1 cup of warm water. Next, distribute this mixture onto the scalp and cover your hair with a hair cap. Let this sit for approximately 30 minutes, then wash your hair normally with a LICE shampoo. 7. Carpet beetles. Carpet beetles are about an 1/8 inch long and have a patterned exterior. The larvae of the carpet beetle are the ones to watch out for. At this stage, they munch on all types of natural and organic fibers and can create considerable damage to rugs, upholstery, and other fabrics they come across. Carpet beetles fly in through open windows and doors or hitch a ride on the fur of pets. You'll know you have an infestation when you see large bare areas in the rugs, holes in clothes, and the shed skin of the larva. That's where vinegar comes in. Both white and apple cider vinegar are effective against the carpet beetle in its larva and adult stages. To make the vinegar concoction, mix 1 part white or apple cider vinegar with 1 part water in a spray bottle and shake well. You'll need to spray the bugs, larvae, and eggs directly with the solution. So locate them in dark corners, under the sofa cushions or under rugs, and spray liberally. The acidic vinegar can dissolve the surface of the eggs and kill the adult bugs. 8. Snails. Slugs and snails are usually the last thing you'd want to see when you check your garden or potted houseplants. The acidic acid in vinegar can and will dissolve their soft bodies when it comes in direct contact with their skin. You won't be spraying it on the plants, so there's no need to cut it with water. Instead of going after a single invader at a time, gather a bunch of them in one place to make a dent in the population. To achieve that, place a wooden board on the ground in the evening. In the morning, flip the board to find snails and slugs hanging onto it. Spray them liberally with vinegar and clean the gooey mess afterwards. 9. Spiders. Spiders inspire more fear and panic than they actually deserve. Although mostly harmless and can do a decent job capturing bugs, nobody likes to see the little pests scurrying about. Undiluted apple cider vinegar can inflict grave harm on the spiders, but the strong odors can be off-putting, and if you have pets, acidic acid can instigate health issues. Mix vinegar with water in equal parts and spray the windowsills, door jambs, corners, and other spots spiders could use to set up shop. Make sure to keep it well out of the reach of pets to avoid harming them. Reapply the vinegar treatment regularly to rejuvenate the spider-repelling odor. 10. Bedbugs. The mere mention of bedbugs can make people squirm uncomfortably, and the pests are the enemy of a good night's sleep. Their bites are painful and can trigger anything from a tiny itch to a severe allergic reaction, depending on the person bitten. Distilled white vinegar and apple cider vinegar both can be used to repel bedbugs and kick them out of your slumber spot. You'll want the vinegar at its full potency without thinning it out with water. Fill a spray bottle with the liquid and go hunting for bedbugs. They usually take cover in cracks in the floor, narrow areas between pieces of furniture, and the seam of the mattress. Spray the areas well and open the windows to let the smell dissipate. Repeat once a day until you're rid of the pesky pests. Although vinegar can get rid of a few bedbugs, a large infestation would require a call to the exterminator. 11. Aphids. If you have indoor plants or some out in the garden, then you may already know what aphids can do. In large numbers, they can mutilate young and vulnerable plants, leave lasting scars, and impact their overall health. Instead of using pesticides that contaminate the environment or chemicals that might end up on your food, you can use vinegar spray to get rid of aphids. Before you apply it, you'll need to dilute it with 3 parts water for every 1 part of vinegar. This minimizes the impact of the acidity on the plants and the soil. Test the spray on a part of the infected plant first to make sure that the vinegar mixture is safe. Then come back in a day or two and examine the treated part. If the plant's still healthy with no withering or dead leaves, proceed to spray the rest of the plant for full protection. 12. Mosquito. Mosquitoes can single-handedly ruin a pleasant summer evening on the patio. They can also prevent you from opening the windows to let the cool breeze in, and they have an uncanny ability to find their way in through the smallest openings. Fortunately, you can repel adult mosquitoes and kill their larvae with apple cider vinegar. Fill a spray bottle with apple cider vinegar and water in equal portions and add a dash of your favorite essential oils. Lemongrass, eucalyptus, tea tree oil, and lavender essential oil work well. Keep the spray bottle at hand and spray your surroundings as well as the areas that mosquitoes are likely to target. If you have a body of water in the garden, chances are mosquitoes use it to lay their eggs. Pour apple cider vinegar into the water to kill mosquito eggs and larvae. The concentration of the vinegar in the water has to be at least 15% to be effective. If the body of water is too big, such as a swimming pool, cover it to prevent mosquitoes from using it as a breeding ground. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe to Natural Health Remedies, and don't forget to give this video the thumbs up. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy our next video on how to get rid of pests using Dawn dish soap. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.